how y'all doing? Happy Friday. Okay, and happy fall, y'all. That's the most important thing, right? Okay, so today I'm coming at you with kind of a reveal slash comparison. So if you've been watching my videos, then you know that I've had like a ton of different bags. I've tried them out. Sometimes I buy them for myself and then I don't really like it and then I sell it. Sometimes I just buy it because I want to do a review on it, because a lot of the vintage bags, you know, I've said before that there's not a lot of videos on a lot of the, or reviews on the vintage bags. And so that's a lot of the reason. So, you know that I've kind of gone back and forth with the Neverfull MM, right? Okay, so long time ago, like light years ago, I did a comparison video on the Neverfull MM and the GM. And I decided that the Neverfull GM was going to be too big and I liked the MM. And I used it for a little while and then I was like, you know. And then I went back and forth with my Raspel, which really is still my all-time favorite tote. But kind of one thing that I've learned is, let me back up. And then I went and got, you know, on the Neverfull train again and was carrying that for a while. And then I don't remember what happened after that. I think after that, I was kind of going through an MCM stage or whatever. So as we were approaching the fall and all that, you know, one thing that I've realized as I was contemplating on what bag I'm going to change into next or whatever, was, you know, the vachetta just drives me crazy. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not really into like treating my leather and all this. that's just too much work. And quite frankly, I don't think you really have to do that. I mean, I know everybody gets caught up in it, but I'm not sure that it's a must. And so, so to all that to say, I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and get me the damier bean, okay? That way, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to treat nothing. I can go out in the rain. In fact, the other day it was drizzling, and I was just out there, you know, just doing circles, y'all, because I was like, rain all day, I don't care. So I didn't have to worry about nothing. And so I like that. I really like not having to worry about, you know, the leather being stained and all that. And I just, you know, that's another thing I've kind of realized through my little purse piece journey. And it really does go up and down. Sometimes I'm into, you know, shoulder bags. Sometimes I'm into crossbodies. And I've been into a tote phase, back into a tote phase for a long time. And so what I like about the Neverfull, because I have to be honest, it's actually not my favorite tote. It's really not. I can't stand these. I'm not going to cinch it in. I don't really care for that look. But I'm so worried that I'm not the most graceful person, if I can be honest. And so I'm always worried that I'm going to snag this on something and I'm going to yank it off. And so I just hate that, you know? And so it's kind of like going through different, trying out different options. And so recently when I said I was going to compare, I was talking about this one, the Westminster Gm. I went ahead and tried to give this one a shot because, you know, it doesn't have those. It's actually very similar to the same size. In fact, I'll tell you. So the Westminster GM, which I said in my review video, if you've watched it, it's really not, as you can see, it's not a traditional GM size at all, okay? The measurements on it, here, I have my little notebook. So it's 12 inches wide at the bottom, and then, so it's 17 inches in the middle at the widest point. You can see how her hips kind of stick out from the, you know, compared to the bottom. And then at the top, it's 15 inches across the top. So it does get bigger as you go up. Obviously it gets smaller, which I wish it was the other way around. Well, kind of. I really dislike bags. That's one of the things I liked about the Raspel. It was big at the bottom and big at the top, and I really liked that. And, okay, so then she's 7 inches deep. So she's, you know, quite roomy, okay? And then the handle drop is 9 inches, okay? You can see. Okay, so then the Neverfull, let me go back to the Neverfull page. I have this little address book, and so I just go to the the letter, and then I write the bag there. Okay, so the Neverfull MM is 13 inches wide, and so what did I say this one was 12? Well, I measured all different ones on this one, but 12 inches wide, and then also 7 inches deep, and 11 inches high, and then the strap drop on this one is 8.5. So there's only a half an inch difference in the strap drop, okay? You know, but the half-inch difference, okay, so it's not that earth-shattering, I get it, but still, I think I said in my other video, if I kind of do this, you know, wonky thing and look like I'm crazy, I can get it, it'll pass the elbow test. But really, if you want to just look more like a human being and graceful, then you're just going to have to just, you know, place it on your shoulder, okay? Because otherwise you're going to look like a crazy person. This one, same thing. You can't really, unless you know, are kind of doing this wonky, okay, I'm sorry, I'm upstairs. Normally I'm downstairs, but the girls are reading and they don't need an excuse. Any little thing will jostle them out of what they're doing. Okay, so you can get this one on, you know, your shoulder, but again, kind of the same thing. It's just better to just place it on your shoulder versus trying to pass the elbow test, right? So this is kind of like, you know, how they look. They sit the same. Okay. Okay, so they're kind of the same. All right, excuse my son's junky old room. I swear that kid's such a mess. Okay, so they really do sit the same. Again, so similar in size. Both of them can be accessed from the shoulder, okay? And, you know, which is perfect. And so, hold on, I'm getting to it. I'm getting out of breath because I'm trying to decide what I want to say next. And then, you know, again, just overall you can see, and I said in my Westminster video that it's very similar to the Neverfull MM except with a zipper. And so what I found with this one, even though I'm sitting here telling you that they're about the same size, because they are, you can't access your stuff from the inside the same. So, for example, what I like about this bag, and then I also have 3 MCM totes that are all the same style, just different colors. Same thing with that bag. I like totes because tote bags open wide. See? And that's what I like. I like that the bag just opens wide. So I don't have to worry about putting my stuff, you know, if I'm getting out my pochette or whatever, you know, I'm not having to worry about putting it back in a specific spot. If I'm in a hurry, I can just literally just throw it in there and it's good to go. Okay, on this bag, on the Westminster, for example, I can access it from the shoulder, but it doesn't open. See, you can see, well, I'll have to do it side by side to show you. It doesn't open as wide. It doesn't have a wide mouth. See? Can you see the difference? See how wide this opens? Like this is just like, come on, throw more stuff inside. And this one's kind of like, please don't. Do you see? So that is one of the things I noticed right off the bat. So inside, yes, there's a lot of room, you know, similar to the Neverfull MM. But, you know, again, it's just not, I still have to be really organized with this bag. Like I have to make sure that everything has its place. Now, what I like about the Westminster over the Neverfull is the fact that it has this huge slip pocket on this side, and then it has the 2 little organization pockets on that side. I already told y'all I'm really indifferent about zippers. I mean, obviously, you know, if you're a Neverfull carrier, you don't really care too much about zippers because you can't zip it. So that part didn't really bother me. However, the zipper on the Westminster, they're so pretty. I love those big chunky zippers. Y'all know that I love chunky zippers and I love chunky zippers and double zippers, sorry. And so I really like that. And also like, you know, that it just has this like, you know, really feminine hardware on it versus kind of the square. See how it's all rounded and stuff? Like I really think this is a classy bag. Obviously the pleats make it look super feminine, and so very classy bag. But the thing, kind of the deal breaker was this. Just not being able to like have it open up like that. I love this. For me right now it's convenient. And so I like just being able to throw everything in here. And, but you know, as far as my stuff, I mean, the same stuff, I carry the same stuff in both bags. But again, this one, because it opens up wider, it just kind of, you know, it shifts around versus, you know, in this bag, it doesn't. Everything has to kind of stay in its place, you know. But I know that sounds so strange that, you know, they're the same size, but that's basically what it came down to. Let me show you again. So in the Neverfull, what I really like is that this opens up super wide, okay? And you don't have any trouble throwing stuff back in here if you're in a hurry, or even if you're not in a hurry, you don't have any trouble with that, right? And then, so you have the Westminster, and you can access it from your shoulder, but she don't open so wide. Do you see? And so even when you pull it, okay, so see, even if I'm pulling it to the max, it's still short compared to how full the Neverfull opens, right? How wide, whatever, how big the Neverfull opens. So that was kind of like the deal breaker. So I used it for a few days, and then I was like, okay, you know, because like I said, I was trying to find a winter bag that I didn't have to worry about, and I really, again, the Neverfull is not my #1 choice, but, you know, I went through several options. There was like, I don't know, 3 other bags besides this one that I was looking at. I was looking at the Sienna, I was looking at the Verona, I was looking at the Hampstead, and there's one more. There's one more that I can't think of right now. Actually, that may have been it. I don't remember now. But anyway, I settled on this one, and the reason I settled on it initially is because of the straps. I like the fact that they were a little bit wider, and a little bit, well, come to find out, it's only a ½ inch longer. I really thought it was, you know, like at least an inch or two. The drop was more, like an inch or two more than the Neverfull, but I already told you it's only ½ inch. It's not that much, but it looks bigger. Looks, you know, like it's more. Anyway, and so that's why I chose this one, because of the handles. But once I got her home and, you know, put her out in the real world, I knew right away, okay, this ain't gonna work, y'all. Can't do that. I need it to be able to just, like, I need this. This is what I need, okay? I just need to be able to, like, throw stuff in here and not be worried about, you know, oh, did I get it back in its right spot? I can't. I don't have time for that. Not right now, okay? Maybe later, but right now, with all these kids, you know, just driving me crazy and just sucking life out of me, I don't have time to be worrying about putting this back in this, you know, whatever. Even though I do have to do that in my Westminster Gm, which, you know, I love that bag, my favorite crossbody, Neverfull. And, you know, when I go through the phase of wearing that, then it's no big deal. Which is usually during the summer when things aren't as busy. But right now with the fall and everything gearing up and kids and all their activities, like, I just need easy. But I have to tell you, I am very careful with this. And, you know, like yesterday, I had the way that my car is, you know, someone's always sitting in the front, so I don't really put the bag in the front. I put it kind of behind me, you know, and the seat's folded down, and so it literally is like right here behind me. And so my youngest daughter was, you know, trying to crawl up front, and I was like, get away from the bag. So I wasn't worried about her staining it, but what I was worried about, because I gotta admit, she's my hot mess of the four, and so it'd be just like her to do some kind of freaky accident that would pull one of these off. You know what I'm saying? You know those kind of people that just like, you know, just like no matter where they go, there's some kind of pull off one can off the shelf, and they all coming, you know, they all come falling off the shelf. That's my youngest daughter. Don't tell her I said that, because I love her to death. But you know what I'm saying? So I was like, get away from the bag. So I am kind of worried about these, but I do, I just, you know, that, I don't know, this kind of worry is different from, oh my gosh, I can't take my bag out in the rain. Like that, you know, is not as bad. The worrying about these handles, these little strap things, is not as bad as worrying about my bag's getting rained on. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? All that. So anyway, so this is my new fall and winter bag, the Neverfull MM in the damier bean print. And I hope this was helpful. And I'll be talking to y'all real soon. Okay, bye.